Every night, when the moon hung heavy in the sky, and the world outside turned silent and still, Sarah would fall into a fitful slumber. Her dreams were never the sweet, comforting kind that most people experienced. No, Sarah's dreams were a nightmare, a never-ending cycle of horror that she couldn't escape. In these dreams, she was trapped in a house. It was an old, decrepit mansion, with creaking floorboards, peeling wallpaper, and the ever-present scent of decay. But what terrified Sarah the most was not the house itself, but the fact that every time she woke up, she was a different person. The first time it happened, she awoke in a child's body. She was small and vulnerable, her voice high-pitched and filled with fear. The house seemed even more enormous, and the shadows that lurked in its corners were more menacing than ever. She stumbled through the dark hallways, clutching a teddy bear for comfort, as whispers echoed in her ears, taunting her with her own insecurities. The next time she woke, she was a middle-aged man. His body felt heavy and tired, his joints aching with every step. He explored the house, searching for a way out, but each room he entered seemed to warp and change, leading him further into the labyrinth of his own mind. The laughter of unseen children echoed through the halls, mocking his confusion and despair. And then, there were the times when she woke up as someone truly terrifying. A woman consumed by rage, a man driven to madness, a creature that lurked in the darkest recesses of her imagination. In those moments, the house itself seemed to come alive, its walls closing in on her, its floors tilting at impossible angles, its windows revealing a nightmarish landscape beyond. No matter who she became in her dreams, one thing remained constant: the terror that gripped her heart every time she awoke. Each new identity brought with it a fresh wave of fear, a sense of being lost in a world that made no sense. She longed to escape the cycle, to wake up in her own body and be free of this nightmarish house. But the dream persisted, night after night, tormenting her, driving her to the brink of madness. She began to wonder if she would ever wake up as herself again, if she would ever find a way out of the house that haunted her dreams. And then, one fateful night, as she awoke in the body of a frightened child once more, something changed. She heard a voice, a soft, reassuring whisper that cut through the darkness. "Don't be afraid," it said. "You're not alone." With those words, a glimmer of hope ignited within her. She clung to that hope as she navigated the ever-shifting maze of the house, determined to find the source of the voice. As she moved through the dark corridors, facing her fears and confronting her own demons, the house began to unravel, its walls crumbling like a paper facade. Finally, she reached the source of the voice, a small, glowing orb of light that pulsed with warmth and comfort. It bathed her in its gentle radiance, and as she touched it, she felt herself being pulled back into her own body. Sarah awoke in her own bed, drenched in sweat but free from the torment of her dreams. She realized that the house and its ever-changing identities were a reflection of her own inner struggles and fears. By confronting them head-on and finding the courage to seek help, she had broken the cycle of her terrifying dreams. From that night on, Sarah slept peacefully, no longer haunted by the nightmare of waking up as a different person. She had learned that the true source of her fear was not the ever-changing identities, but her own inner demons, and with the help of the voice in her dreams, she had found the strength to face them and emerge stronger on the other side.